Hey, what's up everybody? This is DEMARCO Majors from Shirts and Skins, and I'm hanging out with my boy, and you're on A Connections.
I did a video about that on ACONNECTIONTV.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was Twan Rose, and one of my actors played a character named Chauncey, and we were actually going off on the show. About
with hair?
No, my character wears a fedora hat, and I think he had like a headband or something on. I can forward you the information so you can see it.
I think that I might have. Somebody did something and was talking about the show, and I think that I responded saying thank you. You know, I think I did it from my roommate's YouTube or something like that, and I just wanted to let them know that I was grateful for the fact that take time out to even watch the show, because that was very personal for me.
Yeah,
it's my life. I didn't come into this gay community because I was gay. I came into a community that I felt that was hurt, and I needed a place to identify with, because all I know is hurt people can do is hurt other people. And at the moment, without me knowing what my orientation truly is, or what I was set on, I always knew that I was attracted to men. But just because I have an attraction doesn't mean that I'm attracted to that. And I don't bring the gay community into my life. I don't conform to nobody. But however, I will build something for myself that I feel comfortable with, that helps other people identify with. Because as long as you have something to identify with, you feel as though that you have a purpose. And it's just like you. It's like your adaptive connection. Everything that you do in life, everything that you see that connection. You've learned how to connect the dots, and that's what intelligence truly is, and that's why it's God-given. And that's why, Shirts and Skins was so important to me. We've been trying to do that since 2001. People don't know that. They're like, man, you guys were a great cast. No, we're not a cast. We're really friends.
Right.
I mean, at some point in time, all of us have lived in the same house together.
Wow.
I mean, where else are you going to go to feel like you belong in a society that sometimes the only things that you see, and a lot of people say, well, feminine men get trashed on, and drag queens are this. No, you know what? They're extremely brave. They're extremely strong. They're extremely strong-minded and have a very great will. It's just that other people like to see femininity, or the act of femininity, to be perceived as weak. But they look at bisexual white men and say, he's bisexual and it's fine. But then you look at a masculine black man or a masculine Latino man, and we're looked at as DL, which means you're filthy, you're dirty, you're nasty. And I'll tell you, by far, I've never been bisexual, but I am a masculine black man, but not masculine in the sense that I'm, rough and tough. No, I'm a man of God. I'm a man first. And that's what I will forever be. I'm not DeMarco Majors, the gay athlete. No, I'm a man that happens to be gay. That's just a small part of everything that is of me. And until we all see that, there's no way we can build unity in the community. It's just no way.
Right.
Oh yeah, I've never dated women before in my life.
Wow.
I was the first time I ever dated in my life was when I was 24 years old. I was never sexual. That was my first sexual experience. Even while I was in church, I never did that, for the simple fact that the person that I wanted to marry, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I was any saint. I never had sex. I never made out. I never held hands. But the person that I wanted to marry, I wanted to present before God, because I thought that that's what we were supposed to do. And she needed to be holy and pleasing before God. But then I realized that I had an attraction to men, but I never went out and tried to meet a guy or do anything like that. It was purely just about, I knew my attractions and I accepted it. And that's the problem that a lot of people have. They think that you have to have this coming out experience. I need to go tell my mom, I need to go tell my friends, No. Fool, get it together.
Right.
You accept it. Coming out is not an experience that's ongoing. It's a moment. You know what? I have an attraction to men. I accept it. You know what? I have an attraction to women. I accept that. Does it mean that you have to act on it? No, that's a decision. But your attractions are not something that's given to you. It's just a part of you.
Right.
It's simple to me. I don't know. That's the way I see it.
So you never had like a coming out experience? How?
I mean, I told my mother when I was awarded as one of America's top, Out Magazine Top 100.
Okay.
I was one of the honorees, and I went to my hometown because I figured, you know what, my life is becoming more than what I expected it to be. I just believe that I'm a decent-looking man with an extraordinary life. My life has been absolutely amazing, and 3 years ago I was homeless, living in Union Square because I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I had an idea, but I didn't really know exactly. So I sat there in the snow, and I stayed there until I believed. I didn't care who else believed. Now I believe. I believe it. I see it. Every moment that I have is believable. And that's why my faith in me and in God and all that stuff is so strong. Because I sat, I shut up, and I listened. Now I know my purpose. And look, 3 years later, producing television shows, my own TV talk show, being given awards that I would have never fathomed. And those awards are not for me. Those awards are to draw the people to me that are supposed to get the true message about what we're talking about right now. That's the true message. I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be well known. I don't need to be well paid. I'm gonna get that. I'm a child of God. I'm always taken care of, so why not take care of other people? Oh man, it's a beautiful creation. It's tough. It's tough, but it's a beautiful creation. It's going to be on the Embrace Network, and it's called LIGHT, which is an acronym for Living Your Truth on Embrace. And basically all I'm doing is, I don't want to change, I don't want to make decisions for people. I don't want to change people's thoughts. All I want to do is bring other people in to help you provoke thought. And if you're provoking thought, that means you're creating positive change. But you'll realize that positive change comes from you, not a self-help book. A self-help book is no help at all. Because once you finish one, you got to go buy another one to understand the one you just read, and all you did was just hurt your pocketbook. No, sit down, read it, take some notes, think about it, ask questions, do things differently than what you did yesterday. I'm not saying do things differently in the sense of, well, I walk down the street backwards, so this way I'm going to go forward. No. If I ate a bag of chips right now, ooh, I want some flavor, I'm going to put some hot sauce on it. Oh my God, that just made my day. I did something better. It's the small things. And that's what the show's about. Improving each day. If you improve, you feel better about yourself. You physically take care of yourself. You take care of the people around you. But you don't do it by telling them. You do it by example. And that's what's so special about it.
That's a very good good message. Are you single?
Yes.
Is that by choice?
Yes, it is.
Why? If you don't mind me asking, why?
As of right now in my life, I have been a part of a community for 9 years. And I've dated a couple times, and I've had relationships where they've always been me learning and them learning, but because we were so young in it, we would change for what we thought the other person wanted. We tried to become what that person wanted when we forgot that we were already that person because we chose each other. So now I have to pull back and learn a healthy balance within myself. I can't be something for somebody else. I got to be it for me, and then you have to add to the goodness of my life. Because if you can't add to the goodness, then you can't be with me. You cannot be with me. We can't even be friends. And just because we're compatible as lovers doesn't mean we're compatible as friends. So these are things that I'm learning about myself. So I'm not going to jump in a relationship with somebody and try to just learn in the relationship, because that's bringing unhealthy suffering to somebody who is already ready and you're not. I just have to be honest with myself. I'm just not ready for that. I hate saying that. It bugs me to my heart because I want it, but like my mama said, don't let your wants get in front of your needs. You don't want to destroy somebody emotionally. And I've been there before, and I know how it feels, and I know how it feels to do it to others, and you don't even know what's going on. So I fall back.
Where are you from?
Indiana.
Okay. And how long have you been in New York?
3 years now.
And how is the experience of New York?
Goddamn. Honestly, I'm getting everything out of New York that I put into New York. People ask me, you know, how's life treating you? Life can't treat me like nothing, but I'm treating life good. And New York did exactly for me what I needed. I needed to get my ass kicked.
Explain.
Well, when I lived out in the California and Bay Area, there was a ceiling. You know, there's only so far that I could go.
Okay.
So I was complacent, I was comfortable, even though I was succeeding, but I was successful through failure, because if you hit your ceiling and you're not doing anything else, you're failing, you're going down.
Right.
And I was taking a few steps down, but then I would get some success, and I thought I was doing something when I really wasn't. So when I came to New York, I was like, you know, you got to get your ass whooped. And that's exactly what happened. From I was drugged, I was homeless, I've been victorious, had great shows. I walked into New York and a guy asked me, you know, what are you doing tomorrow? None of your business, I don't know you. That's just my mentality. And he said, would you like to come on set? And the next thing you know, Beyonce's standing next to me. A couple days later, I'm standing in a fashion show. You know, a really great guy, great stylist, Nole Marin. His mom comes out of nowhere, gives me this huge hug, and she says, how long have you been modeling? And I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not a model. She said, baby, you just did the runway for New York Fashion Week. You have arrived in New York. This is what you should be doing. And ever since that day, I realized that there is a power within me that I cannot deny anymore. And by being in New York, I'm able to exercise that gift. And because now that I'm actually doing it, now I see the blessing. Because I see it on other people's faces. And when you're walking down the street and you see two young women, you know, holding hands in New York, when you see two men willing to walk in Brooklyn, in Flatbush, and hold each other's hand, I look at myself and I go, you know what? Goddamn, son, you fought for that.
Yeah.
You fought for that. That's on your blood sweat. I got, you know, when I was kicked out and my contracts and stuff taken, there was nobody there for me. But look what you turned around, and look what you're a part of. And don't nobody know nothing. Because what the left hand do in a good deed, the right hand don't even need to know. Just reap the benefit. And I'll take that to my grave. I may never see, you know, the hard work. But you know what? What the flesh is not willing to do, the spirit is. That's what my spirit will do. I know I'll die doing this.
That's beautiful. Have you met a lot of challenges from the community in regards to trying to make a difference?
Absolutely. I've absolutely ran into a lot of problems with different people, even though the majority of people are very welcoming. A lot of people look at the exterior first, and they don't know if you actually have a mind. So they treat you as you're sexy. And I look on the internet sometimes, and all you see is the sexy DeMarco, sex, 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 sex.
I mean, you are that, though.
You know what? I use it to my advantage.
Okay.
Because if you're attracted to this, God gave me that.
Right.
But He also gave me a message. So as soon as you come up and you sit down with me, you're in my web now, not in yours. You may have thought that was going to be for something else, but God has you here for a purpose. So let's get that purpose out of the way first. And if there's something else that may happen, let's leave it in the may happen category, but let's see what God's plan is first. Let's see how that's going to work. And a lot of people don't understand that about me. I used to be that guy that could go around and and have a one-night stand, or, you know, meet somebody and fool around. But I was 24 years old through 27, 28 years old, and I had never had sex before in my life. By the time I was 19 years old, that was the first time I was ever truly hugged or told that I was loved. That void's been filled with me. Shit, I don't give a fuck who ain't feeling me. If you ain't feeling me, you know what, goddammit, I am. And for the first time in my life, I can actually say that in truth.
And that's so beautiful, and that's actually what I like to promote on A Connection TV, is knowing yourself, loving yourself, and being you all the time.
All day long. I'll fail at trying to be you. But you know what? And the little things that I like about myself, I'll be successful. And that's what life is about. Being successful, being you. You can always go on Facebook, DEMARCO Majors, or I have a fan page on Facebook as well, which is, you know, my same name, DEMARCO Majors. But then you can also go to DEMARCO Majors online, which is www.demarcomajorsonline.com. But to be perfectly honest with you, if you want to learn about me or know about me, you can either email me or see me on the street and come up and say hello. You don't need the internet to get to know somebody. Just say hello. And even if there's not a conversation, a hi is simple enough. Or a smile, it ain't gonna cost you nothing. Your internet bill might cost you something, but a smile and a hi won't cost you nothing. And I bet you'll bless somebody's day much better than just sitting behind a computer pretending to be somebody or using my picture. Stop doing that on the damn websites. Stop using my picture. I worked hard for that. And those of you who are on those websites like Adam and all those other sites, and you think you've spoken to me, I'm gonna tell you right now.
So you're not on there.
It's
all
not
right.
me.
You've heard it from A Connection TV, baby. DeMarco is not on those sites.
Now, I ain't saying that I used to was.
Used to was. All right.
I got to give you a little hood vernacular right there. I've done it before, and we all have. Just because you're in a so-called celebrity or in something else, it's harder to meet people when you're in this situation who are actually truly about themselves and they want to be about you. And so sometimes if you feel more comfortable, because, hey, I'm a nerd stuck in a jock's body. So it's easy for me to sit behind the computer and actually have a real conversation. Because when I do sit down with somebody, they're looking at you in awe of what they know of you, not who they can actually experience with you. If they stick in that moment, they would get everything that they wanted. But they're stuck up here, so that reality ain't even tangible. So what the hell you gonna do? I just look at them and laugh, to be honest with you. I sip my little drink and like, for real? Well, all right then. Well, you have a good one. Take care.
Have you met a lot of celebrities that are hidden as far as not out?
Yes, I have. I have met a lot of, not just celebrities, but people in corporate America, people who are in, you know, amazing urban communities who make a difference in life, but they don't feel it's necessary for them to, you know, per se come out.
And how do you feel about that? Because a lot of people think that that's like a bad thing. But what do you think about that?
To each his own.
Right.
You come out, whatever your standard of coming out is.
Right.
Because let me tell you right now, when I told my mom I ain't see no damn balloons, I didn't see people yelling at me or running away from me. If you're confident with who you are, I gave my mom the Out magazine and said, "Mama, okay, let's get this out the way. You know I'm gay." Now, I waited for the machete, I waited for the gun to pop off. I didn't hear it because my mom told one. And I didn't see that, and I said, but this is how involved in the community I am. And you know, my mama said for the first time to me in my life, it's taken me 32 years of my whole entire lifetime to hear my mother say words to me like, because you're using your talents and your gifts that God gave you for greatness, I love you. But if you were not using them, I'd beat your ass. And that's exactly what she said to me. She said, I'm proud of you. I heard my father tell me that he was proud of me when I had to sit and watch him die in a hospital. So to have my mother tell me this, you know, while she's here and while she's able, you know, that meant the world. I don't need to talk to her every day. I don't need to see her all the time. But just to know before she ever goes that my goal in life was achieved. My goal in life was, because we had a shitty upbringing, I just wanted my mom and my father, because I'm an only child with them, I wanted them to know that something that they created, that they put on this earth, was amazing. Your life, the way you live, may not be, but what you created and put together as one unit, here I am. And ever since I was 4 years old, I've always believed and knew that I was supposed to be great. And to my measure of greatness, I am. It taught me, one thing that it did teach me is that you become all things to all people, and you never even know it. You know, I thought by them putting all the young guys in front of the camera, because I adore Mikey, I adore Jamel. They get on my fucking nerves sometimes. You know, that's just the way life is. Because I love them so much, I want so much for them. You know, but I had to pull back and realize they have to want so much for themselves. And they're amazing at them being who they are when you accept people for who they are, not who you want them to be. And the great thing that it taught me is, do these things and then move on. I stuck around with the Rock Dogs for so long, and I didn't live my dreams in those moments. And I became bitter, I became upset. I ended up doing things in life that I didn't want to do, not realizing that I was living through hurt and anger. And I'm blaming myself when I was just overdoing a blessing that was given to me. It was just for this moment, now move on. And I was just holding on to it because of a security. I was a coward. And the moment that I did move on, this is the life I was able to create in 3 years. I get it. You know, and that's no discredit to the Rock Dogs. It's we all have to go through our own times of learning, times of testing. I never understood that, you know, when I seen Loco, you know, put everybody in front and do this and then pull me in and do all these things, I was like, I hope that this doesn't create monsters. I hope that this doesn't destroy the very fabric of what the Rock Dogs are supposed to be about. And until you get messages, like, honestly, yesterday, I could read it to you right now from my phone. There was a guy who said, he said, first and foremost, I just want to say I seen you on the cover of Swerve magazine. And he said, well, after I got over looking at you, I actually seen that he thought I said I thought you were a straight guy who models for, you know, gay magazines. He said, but then I read the article and it pulled me in. Then I realized that you were gay, and not only gay, you were a professional athlete. Not only a professional athlete, you have a strong faith. He said, I'd never seen anybody like that. And he said, all I wanted to do was just say thank you. Some people may never know how that feels to be grateful, truly grateful for something. Yet I had a human being, another human being tell me, thank you. And I know that's not even for me, that's for God. But someone was willing enough to tell me. You know how amazing that is? It's absolutely amazing. And that's what Shirts and Skins has done for me. It's not anything that the show did. It brought me back to the true essence of who I am, and to pull away from certain things is to stay away from other things. You know, not everything in our community is bad, because look at what we're doing.
Right, exactly.
Two strong, you know, black men, and not only do we stand strong, but we want the same for others. And if we don't do it together, if we don't pull in these lives, if we don't seek, search, and groom and grow, what's left of our youth? What's left for the men and women who died at Stonewall and their blood is still on the ground? Pride is not about the parties. Pride is not about selling clothes or sprinkles or men taking their shirts off or, you know, parties and drugs. Is it fun for all those things to go on? If that's your get down, then do your get down, but don't abuse it. However, always remember why and how pride was founded. You have to, because you have dead men and women who were beat. Not just like the civil rights. This is over sex. How you get done in your bedroom or the color of your skin, you get hurt. You get destroyed. People are sending you death threats. But we today, we're walking around and we party, we sing and dance, we sing these old gay anthems and they mean something to us, but you don't sit back and you don't pay homage nor pray or say thank you to the spirits that float around for that cause. I'm not proud to be gay. I'm proud to be DEMARCO. Gay is a part of me. So gay is gonna be great too. That's just the way the fucking is.
And on that note, I definitely want to thank you for taking the time to adopt that connection with myself and the audience of A Connection TV. Is there one last thing you would like to say to the watchers, the viewers?
Absolutely. The one thing that I could truly say to all your viewers, support him. He's doing a great thing. Support him. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Support him. He's doing a great thing. That's it.
And I definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely.
No problem.
Thank you. Hey, what's going on, people? This is Wes. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this interview with myself and DEMARCO Majors. A great guy, a great individual, a great soul, a blessed heart. This man took the time out of his day to sit down with me and have a candid conversation about his life and about what he's doing for the community. Please support him. Okay, support him. Go to his website and stay tuned for what he is going to bring to the world. This is Wesley once again, and you are watching ACON Reality. Love you. Stay blessed. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. And have a great day. Love you.